Take a lesson, learn it all. Okay, welcome back guys to the channel. We are still in 6.2.2 and now we are taking on that Rage 2.5. So basically if you hit the opponent and you do more than 2.5% of their max health is damage, they gain a Fury buff. If they get 5 Fury buffs, then they go unblockable. So gotta keep an eye on that. So here is my team. Nothing particularly special about this outside of Warlock and OG Vision. Being able to get a Fury whenever they are hit with a debuff that they're immune to, which is great for Caustic Temper. So first up, going up against King Groot with our Tigra. We've got Rage, Resistor, and Black Blast, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm just getting rid of his buffs with my Ruptures, and we're going to push him over to SP2. Made a little bit of a mistake there. I thought he was going to attack me, and I'd be able to get some easy Ruptures. That did not work, but we're going for the full-on push, so I'm going to have him push me to SP2. And I'm going to use that right away. I'm not worried about the damage here just as yet, because I'm going to add on a bunch of Ruptures after he launches his SP2. And boom, there he goes. And I get my misses without the mister and launch my heavy spam. I've got a good enough amount of Ruptures. I'm going to launch that SP2 into Oblivion. And it's good night, Mr. Wood. Okay, next up we've got Dr. Doom versus Thor. This one's pretty simple. Taking up Doom, going up against Rage. I'll easily be able to nullify all of those Furies that come on in, and of course we're just going to run the simple Doom loop. This is also really great because he's got increased combat power rate, so it's really easy to push him over to SP3 whenever I'm ready. Kind of pushed him a little too far right here. I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't fully realizing there was that power gain just as yet. But now I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page. Okay, we power right on through that, and we just go ahead with that loop. We're going to go for the double SP3 here. Steal up, get that 2 bars, and we're just going to go ahead and parry. Got that re-parry in the door, and let's go ahead and launch right on in. And this is pretty much going to be a wrap. By the time I finish this combo, get into the SP2, he's going to be done. You are not worthy. Alright, we got Captain Marvel with Plagued Mind over here. I'm not really too worried about that. I've got Dr. Doom, and he's going to be doing a stupid amount of damage to her just because Mystics really destroy Captain Marvel. So it's just made for fun. Now, I should have launched my SP1, but she launched hers instead. I was just trying to make some space, and she caught me on the okie doke. So there we go. We got that nullified, and now we are ready to rock. Again, not really too worried about anything going on here. It's just way too fun to destroy her. Just look at all those hits. Pretty gross. Anyway, yeah, she's done. Okay, so Doom putting in work here on Aggression Cruelty, as well as this parry node that, of course, with auto block she can parry you. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to keep on trying to nullify her as much as I can and get all those juicy shocks. Now, I did get a little slap happy here, but not heeding the parry aspect of this fight, and I got myself into a little bit of trouble here. But it is all good. I ended up taking that parry, but I didn't take too much of a damage hit. Should have been paying more attention. Anyway, going for the re-parry here. I guess she knew that too and went right for the heavy. It was a little bit too fast for me to react to, but that's okay. Getting the loop in. Let's get it done. Okay, so here we go. We got the double mediums going for the full 5-hit combo and going for the steal, getting our 2 bars of power right here, and going for the second set of the SP3. Unfortunately, she launched the SP1. I kind of didn't want her to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and just launch this anyway. I mean, I've got the 2 Furies already ready to go, so might as well just use it and do damage with the shocks, as well as my special attack should be more than enough. and she's out of here. Okay, aspect of nightmares here. So I'm going to lose 50% of my health over time until that timer's over, and then I gain it back. So kind of don't want to talk too much about this fight because I got a little trigger happy at the beginning, and Doom's not going to do too much good here. Nullification's not going to do too much good here. So I'm going to rely on the special 2 to do the bulk of the damage here. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I've got to say, this ended up being kind of fun. The only thing is I forgot about Rage, and I went for a parry and got smacked. So there is that. So you gotta pay attention. And after that long battle, we are pretty much done here. Let's get it in. Alright, next up we're taking Tigra up against Annihilus. Actually, I don't think I've ever really done this fight before, but did get that intercept, so thank M. Vince for that one. So I'm just kind of looking for my openings. Got myself an opening on the heavy attack right there. Waiting for him to do that stupidly long reaching special 1. See if I could do something here with my miss. Boom! And I'm going to launch the SP1 to make up the difference. And following up with some heavy attack spam right here. I can fit one more in, and bam, in good shape. Was kind of hoping he was going to come in for the attack, but he did not. Got a little bit of hit there. Didn't clear up enough space, but went ahead and launched the SP2 because I had enough ruptures and we could do a good amount of damage. What I was not expecting is the range on that SP1 off of Wake, so that caught me a little bit by surprise, but that's okay. I think we've got just enough stuff ready to go here. Just need a few more hits, just got to be careful because he is unblockable, and we get the intercept and it's done. Okay, so now we're heading up to the boss. This Caustic Temper taking on the challenge with Warlock. Shout out to Ghost Dog 54 for dropping this one in the comments. Forgot that I had Warlock, even though it took me so long to get him. But this synergy is going to work really great. So basically, every time I hit him and he tries to poison me, I gain a Fury, which is giving me the key to Caustic Temper so that I can actually do some damage. So one thing to watch out for in this fight is that I have this Fury buff that always expires. I believe it's 6 seconds. And that's going to be triggering Prey on the weak, so he's going to be catching power faster than I want him to. So right now we did get hit with that concussion on the SP2, but I'm going to try to keep him in the SP1 range and just continually dex that and return attack. And oh boy, is he holding on to that SP1. Luckily we didn't push him to SP2, it was right there on the line, but as you can see, hey, he launched that right after that expired, so let's try to avoid that in the future. Not like that, but actively. It's kind of hard to manage this because every time you dex, you are getting that precision buff, and that really throws things off. I really wish I had Captain America Infinity War, so every time he launched a special, he would be power drained afterwards, so and even like a couple seconds after. So we'll see if we can get that on another run. I wasn't able to fit him in because I needed 2 Mystics in order to make this happen, so maybe on the next run. So now I'm being pretty careful about how far I push him into that second bar of power, and we've got to get some good baits going on here. It takes a while sometimes, but we got it. All right, getting the hang of this one. So we've got about 77% left to go. Probably shouldn't have hit him with that SP1 because as soon as he launches his SP1, he's going to transfer that back to me. It's kind of hard to remember that sometimes. And there he goes. Shocking. So anyway, I'm going to work my way up to the special 3, see if I can build up his power a little bit and do some power burn damage on the way there as well, just a way to kind of power control him. unfortunately, he launched the SP2, so I don't think I'm going to be able to launch that SP3 with as much power as I wanted to, but I'm going to build him up as far as I can anyway. Gotta wait for that concussion to wear off, and there we go. Unfortunately, it's not going to do all that much damage if I can't get a Fury buff on him, so it didn't really do what I wanted to do. So I think I'm going to go back to plan A and just try to knock him out the old-fashioned way. So, finding my footing in this fight, looking at how valuable the heavy attack is in this fight. It's giving me a good amount of bleed over time and doing a little bit of work there. So I think I'm just going to be using the bleed as well as the SP2 to do the bulk of my damage. And there we go. We did a pretty good bulk of damage right there. And we get the power drain, so it protects us from that SP2 as long as he shoots off that SP1. There we go. And we're looking like we're in good shape. It's a little bit of a long fight, longer than I care for, but yeah, it's not too bad. And there he goes, shot off that SP1, but got too close to the SP2, so didn't want to chance it. Bam! And for some reason, my dash didn't dash. That's okay, we'll just work it out another way. Okay, here we go, working up to that SP2 one more time. It should only be one. That one I actually meant to not go in. Here comes the SP2. I think I wanted to get him to one more SP1. That's right, clear him out. Now we should be in good shape. And that's Rizap. So thank you for watching the Rage 2.5 lane with the Caustic Temper Sinister. If you liked the video and want to see more, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. Remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the next lane. And Potamus, learn a little something. Take a lesson, learn it all.